Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's make this money, stack it, sats, no fiat. Eyes on the prize, mad gains, where's the hat? Diamond hands, no flinch, iron combat. Full speed to the peak, no fallback. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it. Yeah, trade intuition, flipping charts, mad precision. We on the grind, no sleep, endless mission. Crypto waves, no tide, just decisions. Ride or die with the block's ambition. Let's make this money, profits rain like monsoon. Bull or bear, we adapt, typhoon. Wallets packed, no room, full bloom. Path to riches, straight shot, no detour too soon. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it. Trade intuition, candlestick intuition. Charts wilder than Wild West ambition. We got the drive, mad clicks, no permission. Ready for the moon, orbit's our mission. Let's make this money, stacking sats, no fiat. Eyes on the prize, mad gains, where's the hat? Diamond hands, no flinch, iron combat. Full speed to the peak, no fallback. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it.
3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm in the charts all day. My goal is to make you money. I provide the information required to know exactly when to enter. I don't give this blanket statement, buy the breakout, buy the retest. Join me every single day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to understand the who, what, where, when, and especially the why when it comes to trading. This is why the coin's dumping. Every 7 days, it's releasing tokens. All right, mic check, 1 2 1 2. The mic should be good. And 3 2 1. Bingo bango, bingo bango. So I just adjusted the mic, so the mic should be better. Of course, hopefully there's no clipping, I guess, where the voice is too loud. But anyway, hello, my name is Joe, and of course, as you can see on my shirt, I'm also Jose. The only people who are allowed to call me Jose are the ones who signed my check. So when they gave me this shirt, I was like, okay, I'll take it. But my name's Joe. But since you signed my check, I'll do it. This was back in my RN days. All right, guys. So my name is Joe. This is Trade Intuition, where we show you that you can have multiple names. And speaking about multiple names, there's a name that I'm going to refer to in reference to something that just came up across my desk maybe like 10 minutes ago. We'll talk about that in just a moment. How things can change and you could be out of your money. Horrible transition, I know, but let's go ahead and go and transition to crypto bubbles. Right now, it is horrible. Horrible. The crypto market is a horrible place to be if you are longing at the moment. But then if you're shorting, it's the same thing. Right now, it's flipping and a flopping. It's flipping and a flopping. So we have IMX, 14.9%. We have TIA, 14%. Huge gainers, huge gainers. When I see this, I want to short them. I absolutely want to short them. When I see coins that are down and they're barely starting to go down, well, I want to short those as well. I love shorting. Now, I was in some shorts yesterday. Of course, I let the group know it was very high risk, and we were in a short together, and market started turning. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it was looking. I didn't like how all these shorts started turning green. And I posted in the group, I said, guys, I'm closing all my shorts, and I'm going to update. We only had one trade available, one trade open for the group. I said, I'm going to update that chart if I need to. Right now, I don't need to. Then sure enough, a few minutes later, it's like, no, still not liking it. Let's go ahead and move our stop loss really tight. And if we don't hit it, great. I don't. No, we hit it. We didn't hit it for a little bit. You know, started coming down. So, oh, good. I'm glad we didn't close it. And then just like the rest of the market, everything turned up. Everything turned up. So for one, I'm glad that I'm able to recognize just it doesn't look right, and it literally is an intuition. It really is. Sometimes I'm on it, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not aware of it because I'm either at dinner or maybe asleep, maybe watching a movie, something. But most of the time I'm in the charts, and if I see it turning a certain way, whether up or down, because I know I don't. It's just not right. So we moved our stop loss really tight last night, and sure enough, like we would have lost. I think our stop loss was like 10% away. It was a deep stop loss, just because there was a deep move that could have possibly happened, and 2x leverage, so we would have lost 20%. And normally I don't like putting the stop losses 10%. Normally I like doing it 4%, maybe 6%. 2x leverage, that's like 12%. But this particular one, the risk to reward was so great. I was like, man, we have to do 10%. But we ended up doing like probably less than 1%. I don't remember. Anyway, let's see who's in the chat. Let's see who is in the chat. We got Lenny Kidd being first. Lenny Kidd being first. Nice work, guys. Nice work. And let's go ahead and pin this. Of course, if anybody wants to join the group that I'm referring to, make sure to join with Patreon. If not, you can pay with crypto by sending me a message on Telegram. Let's see here. Crypto Candy says, what's up, crypto addicts? Let's get this money. Yeah, man. Let's make this money, guys. And when you make this money, it's not so much from gains from crypto, but it could also be from not entering any trades and actually saving money, investing in yourself, watching videos, watching either other people or myself. But the main thing is to always stay in crypto. Doesn't have to be in a trade, but mentally in crypto. And then sometimes it's just too much. Watch a movie, go outside, which I need to do some yard work today. I was going to do it this morning when it was nice and cool. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to lay down just a little bit more. So I decided to go for the sleep instead of the work outside. But after this, I got to do some work outside. It's ridiculous. Got to do that work. See here, we got Ian in the house. What's up, Ian? Appreciate you. And the sad part is, I actually, because I have it's a pretty big area of land, I guess. Bigger for it's too big for a lawnmower. And my neighbor, he has a riding lawnmower, and he always does his yard. He loves doing his yard. He gets bored. Like, he doesn't work either. He does stocks, and he'll just mow the yard. And he told me, he goes, yeah, Joe, if you want me to mow your yard, just let me know. I was like, dude, that'd be great, man. So I started throwing him some money to doing it, because like he just loves doing it. And so I started throwing him some money to do it. And then what I was starting to do, like at the end of the year, like December, I would pay him for the full year. I would say, here, man, here's for the full coming year. And then this last year in December, we were still talking. Now, granted, the whole thing with my ex-boss and my ex-boss telling my neighbor not to talk to me, which was like the most pettiest move that he could do, knowing that my neighbor was like my best friend. But anyway, I'm not like, man, if I see that dude, anyway, I have to be careful with what I say because all of this can be used against me in the court of law. And of course, I am being sued by him, several accounts. Anyway, back to my story. So then last year, I said, hey man, like I normally pay you this amount of money for the year. I'm going to put a bonus on top of that and just weed eat around, you know, the shed, around, you know, two small areas. And I gave him a pretty good bonus. And I said, just do it like twice a year. You know, you don't have to do it like every single time. Just like twice a year, you see it getting big or whatever, just do it. It's like, oh yeah, dude, definitely. And it's a good chunk of money. It's a good chunk of money for something he's already doing. And then, you know, extra money for actually, oh man, something's in my eye. And then something, some extra just to get off the thing. And, you know, he's got really great weed eaters. I have a weed eater too, but it's a, you know, $100 one. It's nothing. Like his are like $250. I mean, his are like professional type stuff. Well, I've let it go for like 2 months thinking that he's going to do it anytime now. Like he still mows the yard, but we don't talk. We don't talk because dude's a jerk. Dude's a jerk because he is scared of my ex-boss who owns the land. So we don't talk. And I'll go and I'll see him mow the yard. I don't see him. I don't say anything to him or nothing. He sees me go and check with the mailbox. He doesn't tell me anything. But like I said, I paid him to do the weed eating, and he has yet to do it. So, oh well. So I'm going to do that today. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. All right, moving on. I'll tell you what's not fun. I'm looking at what's going to happen tomorrow. That's not fun. Nervous. I'm anxious. So this is the 18th. This is September the 18th. Right around 1:30, we have the, was it 1:30? Getting confused on my dates. Oh, here we go. At 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we have the Fed interest rate decision. 1 o'clock, guys, tomorrow. Very nervous. Is today the precursor of what's going to happen tomorrow? Hey, what's up, C-Long? Crypto coin mindset. What's up, buddy? Is today kind of a fake out for tomorrow? Or is today kind of showing us what, you know, when we do get the results, is it going to spike up even more and fast, come down, and then continue up when we have our 1:30 press conference? Right now, I'm just nervous. And I was really hoping that the shorts we were in were going to at least last for today before they bounced. And of course, on the shorts, I did notify the group to where I'm expecting to come down before it goes up. But I think our call was only for like a day before it changed. I was hoping for 2 days. But here's the other website, and y'all can see the websites. Here's the other website. Plus, I put them in yesterday's chat as well. I'm not sure why the chats don't come up on the live streams on the replay. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Most of the times they don't. I don't know why. See here, tomorrow at 2:30. This is the FOMC press meeting. That's what we're being looking for. 2:30. Hold on. I don't know if I have this time right. Oh no, it's at. Oh, I have this wrong. I'm -5. No, that's Central. I'm Eastern. Oh, I'm -4. Oh man, all this time I thought it was -5. I don't know. Well, look it up, guys. Look it up. I'm getting confused here, but I think it's at 1:30. Pretty sure it's 1:30. 1:30 Eastern time. What time do I have this one at? I have -5. I don't even know. This one's -5 and the other one's -4. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at FEFE. Let's refresh this. Am I human? All right, we're gonna get Bitcoin and then we're gonna look at crypto. So if you have any coins, let me know, guys. Let me know. Oh yeah, crypto coin mindset's gonna be doing a thing tomorrow. So definitely check him out. I put his link in the chat. So definitely check him out. And I'm gonna try to show up. I got it's gonna be pretty busy. Pretty busy. So this one is going up. Good for him. Good for FEFE. But I think it's still a scam. Oh, speaking about scams, All right, so there is, let me see if I can pull it up. What was the scam? What was the scam? The coin is called Bohm Trump. So this one is a scam. Scam alert, scam alert. Bohm Trump, scam alert. Up 53%. Scam alert. Scam alert, scam alert. Please note, Bohm Trump has migrated to a new contract address. Huh. Okay. Why? Why did they go to a new contract address? Did they change the contract and now migrating to that new contract? In reference to buy, sells, tax, requirements, etc., etc. If you do buy this Bohm Trump, this is what you will get when you try to sell it. Get out of here. This is what you will get if you try to sell it. It says how to sell Trump. Get Elon. Every Trump holder receives an initial Elon bonus. Complete 2 tasks to earn more Elon. Fill in a friend's wallet address. Right here, this is extremely scammy because this is like pyramid type stuff. I don't like this part. So fill in your friend's wallet address to enable the sell button. So you have to do this in order to enable the sells button. I don't like this either. Now, what's going to happen when you fill in your friend's address? Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to get an airdrop of a token. Now, that token, they see, hey, it's worth $500. It's worth $700. Let me sell it. How do I sell it? I don't know. Let me Google it. And then it's going to take them to a DEX where they would kind of like Uniswap. They would go to it. They would, log into their wallet. And then when they log in and accept the permissions, their wallet gets completely drained. This is very important, guys. This is how the scammers do this. Then it says, sell your Trump and consume your accumulated Elon. Receive each directly in your wallet. This is a complete, in my opinion, complete scam. I could be completely wrong. You could make millions off of this. But in my opinion, this right here is a scam. Not only that, but we just saw that they changed their wallet address. Why? To me, that's very important. Why did you change your wallet address? I don't know why. Let's go to their website. The Bohm Trump contract address is right here. Let's see, 3D43, 3D43, so that's updated. I don't know, like all this stuff, like you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. So it's just, so Bohm Trump fuses Bohm and Trump cultures into a meme coin, utilizing blockchain technology, blah, blah, blah. Airdrop rule. Each address can claim Trump for community support. Each claims for 6 to 60 new addresses. So 0 tax, which is great. I don't know. I mean, so you can make some great money on some of these, and you can also lose all of your money. $500, $1,000, $5,000, $5. I don't know, guys. Let's see here. 1 second. How do I do this? One second. Oh my God, this is taking way too long. 1 second. Good Lord. I don't know how they do it. They must have it already pre-typed. I don't know how to do this. This is the first time I've done this, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so put a poll out just right now. You know, do you buy any moon coins? If so, yes, no, think about it. It's too dangerous, man. Like, when I first started, this was fine. I throw money at it. You know, I had a lot of money. I throw money at it. It's like, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, whatever. But now, like, I've already done all this. Now it's like, no, I'm careful with my money now. Anyway, let's get on with the show. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? What is Bitcoin doing? Well, let's look at it from a daily standpoint. Bitcoin just broke through our 4-hour high, just broke through it. It had a nice retracement, which I was hoping it'd go to at least the 1-hour fair value gap. And it was on its way too. It came all the way up here. It created the break of structure on the 4-hour time frame. So we're expecting a retracement. And we did get the retracement, but just barely. I was really hoping we'd go to the 1-hour fair value gap before possibly going up and making a lower high and then coming down. Kind of like this, what it's showing here. But this was just the internal structure for this part. So we can get rid of this. We no longer need that. And we can get rid of this one too. Now there was a slight retracement, and then now we got this move breaking above the 4-hour. Now, right now, we still have 4 minutes to go. So this right here could be an SFP, which is a swing failure pattern, or hey, we got a supporter in here. We got Batman in the house. What's up, Batman? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. This could be a swing failure pattern, SFW, or a structure failure pattern, whatever you want to say. The way we look at this, I know, Joe, you're using big words now. Why? Well, people like big words. I don't. What I will say, though, is keep it simple. Right now, this is a wick. What is a wick telling us? A wick is telling us that there is selling pressure. Selling pressure could lead to it coming down. Now, the rule for a SFW, swing failure pattern, or SW, whatever, swing failure pattern. Where did I put a W in there? Swing failure pattern? Maybe because of swing for the W. But the SFP, swing failure pattern, if it does come down due to the selling pressure, we are looking at possible coming down to this low of the 4-hour. Where's our 4-hour? Our 4-hour is way down here. Coming down here. Now, does that mean it's going to happen? No. It just means that there is selling pressure, which now possibly it could come down here to the 1-hour fair value gap, 1-hour order block, before potentially coming up and again doing a lower high. So if you notice, we have a tendency to be creating high, lower high, lower high, lower high. This is on the more macro term. If you're looking internal, we have a high, then a lower high, then a higher high, then a higher high, then a high. But we're not looking at the micro, the smaller term. We're looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture tells us that until it breaks this daily high of 65, still bearish. Then after it breaks the 65 daily high, then it has to break this level of 70 in order for it to be not bearish. You know, to continue the bullishness, it has to create higher highs. Until it breaks this daily high, this Bitcoin is still bearish. It can move up and down all it wants on the internal structure, but once it comes out of this area, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Now let's see if it does break above 70, then 71.9, then 72.7, then 73.7, then moon mission before, or rather after, it retraces. So just be aware, guys. Like once we get into this area, the price should come down, and especially if we do a moon mission like this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. If we do a moon mission like this, we will, for here, like if it just goes straight up, man, get ready for some shorts. Get ready for some shorts. Let's see here. Batman says, a shout out to you, my boy. Sorry it took so long. I'm proud of you, my guy. Keep up. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. It really does mean a lot to me. It really does. All the love and support that y'all give me daily is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I appreciate it greatly. Pretty soon my head will get so big that I will not get out of my office. So give you a heads up. But I do appreciate you guys. And I love sharing my knowledge. I love sharing more than that, my experience. Because anybody can say, oh, this is an inverse head and shoulders, and here's the breakout, and you do this and that, and here's your measured move. But the actual experience of, hey, here's our neckline. This is the resistance level. Sometime, if it does this, for example, this right here, this SFP, swing failure pattern, what does it mean? So many people say words, but they never explain. This right here is a break of structure. What does that mean? This means this was our high. We had a candle close above this level, so it's showing strength. Now, we know that what goes up should come down. What goes down should go up. And it all depends on the momentum. Are we having an upward momentum, bigger picture, macro, or are we having a down turn or down structure? So that's what we're looking at. And right now on the daily, this was coming down, but that doesn't mean that we're going to continue coming down. That could say, hey, we might flip it. And if we do, well, there's several levels we got to do. First is the 4 hour. We got to break above this. We make it way more difficult than it has to be. Just like my favorite song, trading is only as hard as you make it. Trading is only as hard as you make it. Man, that does not sound like correct English, but it's okay. This is what I'm showing right here. First you have to break above your 4 hour high, which right now it's potentially doing. It may create a SFP, or you can say, so many words mean the same thing, or you can say that there's selling pressure, which is creating this wick, if the candle body does not close above this level. There's selling pressure. So that's telling us that the price may come down. Doesn't have to. It could go up. So, and all we do is take it level by level. But so right now I'm still bullish. I'm still bearish until it starts making higher highs. There's no way you can be bullish on Bitcoin because all this is internal structure. It's supposed to go up. It's supposed to go down. But once it starts breaking the highs, that's when you start looking, whoa, maybe it's reversing. But if it starts breaking the lows and continues breaking the lows, then it's like, okay, now we're now we're coming down to 42, 44, what everybody's been talking about. So here we have a level between 52 and we can say 50, 52. Here's one of our levels. Then the main level that everybody's looking at is 44 to around 40. So, just kind of give you a heads up. It'd be really nice if it did come down here, but we'll just see. But just know, guys, man, I'm so happy. And I'm so happy. Just know, guys, every day we get closer. Every day we get closer to moon mission. Moon mission. I got my space suit. I got my space boots. I hope you do too. Because every day we go, man, every day is another day closer to where we're not going to ever see $60,000 Bitcoin again. We're going to be 120, 150, 200, on and on and on. So just give you a heads up. All right, moving on. Let's see here, guys. Going down the chat, trying to catch up on the chat real quick. See here, any coins, guys? Any coins you got? See here. The FOMC should be at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. So, yeah, I don't know why those my two things are. I'm confused now with time. I thought it was at 1:30, and then I don't even know. I'm confused. I have it on in my group, the times. I'll go back there later and check it out. Let's see here, going down the list. Lenny says, is there a possibility Bitcoin will just be boring? No, definitely not. That's the only one thing that I can assure you on. It will not be boring. Let's see here. I mean, anything is possible. Yeah, anything is possible, but I don't think it'll be boring. All right. So let's go ahead and look at VET. We looked at VET yesterday. VET is still doing nothing. I don't like VET. VET is very boring. VET reminds me of Cardano. Sure does. Let's go and put the timer on. We're gonna put the timer on. Timer will be set for, I'll do 10 minutes. Now we'll do 5 minutes. If we don't get any kind of coins or anything like that, then we'll just end the show. There we go. The timer is on. The timer is on. Once again, you know, this is 1 hour dedicated to you. I stop what I'm doing every single day so that we can give you just experience. It really is, you know, whether it's indicators, whether it's chart setups, whether it's just thought process on a particular coin. You know, my main thing is to warn you about scammers, whether it be other influencers or possibly coins. Not only that, but to show you how I love to do alerts. Alerts will save your butt. You know, alerts will tell you, you know, to where you don't have to be staring at the charts all day. You can go about your business. Your alert goes off. Check your phone. All right, cool. Let me enter the trade if it's ready. If not, let me set another alert. So it's very important. But we do this every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my job is to just educate. I want to show you all the stuff that I do. I want to show you how to strategically place targets, strategically place stop losses. You know, why are we doing what we're doing? That's the main thing. Like for me personally, I used to, man, that's my biggest pet peeve is when I was first starting out, people would just say what they're doing, but never explain it. So I would have to like take screenshots or videos and look and be an investigator. Why did they do what they did? Like, what are they looking at? Is it like this level? Is it this level? Is it like, and then I was like, oh, I think it's this level. And then I watch them again, but now it's different. It's like, hey, wait a minute. Why didn't they do this level? Last time they did this level when it was kind of like, what's different? Oh, this is different. Or this is different. Okay, well, let me kind of, no. So, yeah, for me, I love explaining my whole thought process. See, we've got 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and snap this down to 1 minute. We got 1 minute, guys. We got 1 minute for the live stream. After this, that will be the end of the show. And once again, we do this every single day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I have no content, I have no show. It's just me rambling. My only content is Bitcoin. After that, it's y'all's show. I'll give you a heads up. But yeah, so from here, I'm going to go outside in the hot sun instead of doing it in the morning, which I should have. But there's some very aggressive wasp outside too. I got to cut down this bush. There's a very aggressive wasp that got me last time. That's what I was actually trying to do last time. Well, a couple weeks ago, was do that, and then they got me. And I had gloves on too, and man, that sucker got me good. So I'm gonna have to put on some sweats. I'm thinking about putting on pants and then sweats on top of it because the sweats are looser. And then my what's it called? It's not a jacket, but it's the one with the hoodie. I guess a hoodie. And because it's long sleeves with the hoodie to protect my head. because these guys are aggressive. They're not, it's not like, oh, a bee, oh my gosh, there's a bee, or oh, there's a wasp. No, like these guys come after you. And so anyway, and then on top of that, my jacket. So I'm gonna be a sweating fool out there. But it would just be real quick though. Fred says Rose. Ooh, in the nick of time too. All right, let's do some Rose. But yeah, it's gonna be, man, it's gonna be really hot. But I'm gonna go out there. Oh, is that? I thought I heard the lawnmower. Is that my neighbor? See, Rose USDT. Since you did not say futures, we're just gonna assume that it's just regular. It's looking good. Man, look at that. It was way up here, and then when should it come down? So from the area we were, and here's our alert. This is why we said alerts. You know, let's just say you entered the trade when we saw it. Let's say down here, you enter the trade. You know, it was a buy the breakout. It broke out of a trend line, and you bought the breakout. You would have been holding it for all this time if your stop loss didn't get hit. This is why I do what I do. This is why whenever these alerts, they will save you time in the charts. Like they literally will. But let's just say you did enter the coin. Let's say it was down here. Right now you'd be down 40%. The max was around 50%. Right now you'd be down 40%. Now let's go and delete all this mumbo jumbo. Let's look at the daily. So right now we can see that we are very clearly in a downtrend. We have a high, we have a low, we broke this low, we have a low, we broke this low, we have a low, we broke this low. So right now, doing this downtrend, what we have is we have very strong highs, which the highs are not supposed to break. These are not supposed to break. However, we have some very weak lows, and the lows we are supposed to break. So this one, we'll just take this one off. So we'll put the low as here, which would be the lowest part. So this low broke. Well, actually it was this low. It broke, this low broke, this low broke. So right now, this is the internal structure for Rose. Now the price can go up and down, up and down. Now there's a very high likelihood that it will go down due to this coming up. However, it looks like it's going to trick us and actually go up. But I think it's trying to trick the trick. So, or trick the trickster. So here the trickster is coming down. However, I think it's going to trick it and possibly go up before it continues down to around this area. Now we can do this just to kind of see where the 50% mark would be. So between this level and this level, we're looking at the golden pocket. So we can kind of just roughly give an estimate of the golden pocket, which would be right around here. You can do, I just don't want to waste y'all's time. You know, we have all this stuff, all these levels, but I don't want to waste your time. All right. So this is the 50% mark. I do believe that it should potentially come back down here. This would be a healthy reset if it comes down here. See, Lenny says, I've just flicked through and hit a random coin. Have a look at people. Okay, we'll look at people. So it did come down here. And, you know, in order for us to be bullish on this, what's the percentage difference? From here to here is 10%. For me to be on the safe side, I would wait to 10%. Right now, it'd be about 20%. So in order for me to enter this coin, I would have to have it break the strong high. Why? Why would I do that? Why not just enter right now so I can maybe get 15%, sell it? You could do that. However, you do have a higher risk of it coming up, then coming down, then it going into the golden pocket, then possibly coming up, then getting rejected, depending on the market, depending on Bitcoin, depending on everything, and then holding this for way longer, just how we explained earlier, than you want to. When this happens, when it breaks this level, then more than likely, it's already starting the uptrend. We have a high, we have a higher high, we have a low, possibly a lower low, and now we're starting this uptrend. So for me personally, I would wait the 20%, set my alert somewhere around here, and then Set the alert at 0.07353. I would also set an alert down here underneath the golden pocket at 0.05166, just in case price comes down here and then starts coming up, breaks its recent high, then I'd enter the trade. And then I can take this whole zone, and this would be range trading. So here we can get 30%. But again, it's much easier to say all this when you're doing drawings. It's much harder to do it when you're actually in the trade. And then of course, having your emotions, seeing your money coming down, all that's very important. Also, I strongly recommend having a stop loss. 10, maybe 15% stop loss when you do enter, because once again, you don't want to ride all of this down. Now we are expecting prices to come down another 50 to maybe 70%. I hope I'm wrong. Man, do I hope I'm wrong. But if Bitcoin does what we think it's going to do in reference to going up, now granted, it's not 50 to 70% right now, unless Bitcoin dumps right now. If Bitcoin dumps right now, 50 to 70% on our alts. And that's usually what happens. Bitcoin drops 10, 20%. The alts get hit way harder, 50, 70%. However, if Bitcoin starts going up, our coins will start going up. Bitcoin starts going up some more. Our coins will start going up. Bitcoin starts going up some more. Our coins will start going up. Then it comes up to our levels of mass destruction, mass sell-offs, whatever you want to call it. And Bitcoin dumps and dumps hard. Well, all those profits, we were up 40%, 80%, 120%. All those profits we were in on the alts. Well, guess what? Now they're going to start dumping from their highs or wherever they're at currently. So just kind of give you a heads up. That's what we're looking at right now. One of my buddies yesterday asked me, he's like, should I sell my tokens? So, well, how down are you? Are you 50%, 70%? He goes, no, I'm right about break even. I said, oh man, you're lucky. You are lucky. I said, personally, for me, if I was at break even, I would sell. Granted, we could pump, but let's say I had $5,000. Let's say I have $5,000 and I'm right around break even. I'd sell them. And then right now, because it's really risky, like we don't know what's going to happen. I do, like, if I was going to enter a coin, $1,000, have my stop loss. If I get stopped out, okay. And then just wait. We have better times to come. However, we can still be making these trades, and especially with leverage, in my opinion, because all we need is 5% move, depend on your amount of leverage. And right now in the group, we're just doing 2x leverage. 2x, play it safe, have a little bit of money, $50 trade, $25 trade, $20 trade, $100 trade, whatever you want to do. And just to where you're honing in on your skills, because pretty soon, man, it's going to get a lot, I wouldn't say easier, but not as difficult. And then especially if you're doing all these trades right now, you'll see like, oh, I should have done this, I could have done that, the woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but that's because you're going back and you're doing the replay button, or you're just looking at what happened. It's like, man, I entered way too soon. I know I should have waited for the candle to close above the level, but I was trying to front run it. Or, oh man, on the 4-hour time frame, I've seen a whole bunch of wicks. On the 1-hour time frame, it's a bunch of candle bodies. So I shouldn't have entered on the 1 hour because it's showing a bunch of candle bodies, but on the 4-hour, it's showing all these wicks. So if I would have waited for the 4-hour, I would have seen that the candle body close above the level on the 1 hour was actually part of a fake out. Because when I go to the 4-hour, I can see wick, 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 wick. And then where I entered was also a wick. I didn't know it at the time, but I would have waited for the 4-hour candle to close if I would have looked at all these other 4-hour candles that had a bunch of wicks. So it's all just learning. The more you do it right now, the better it's going to be when it comes to the full-fledged bull market. All right. So that was Rose. Let us go to, let's see here. Grant says, I bought one meme coin without realizing it in my early days. I won't buy another. Too gimmicky. Yeah, they are. And there are some And there's some where like I bought and I didn't know that I had to put the contract address in on Uniswap. And so I buy it, you know, a couple $100 worth, whatever. It's like, hey, where's my coin? Oh well. Then I buy another one, a couple $100 worth. It's like, hey, where's my coin? Oh well. So I'm thinking like I don't know what happened to him. So a year later, I see a guy talking about the not Uniswap, MetaMask, and how to add coins so that they show up. I was like, wait a minute. I had like 5 coins that I bought and they never showed up because I never put in the contract address in MetaMask to show those coins. I thought they would automatically show because I bought them. And I did that. I was like, holy moly. So there was, I think 2 that did really good. And then the rest of them, 0. But it more than made up for it. It was a very nice early Christmas. We'll just say that. All right, moving on. See here, Grant says VRA VRA was looking okay with a big double bottom on the 4 and the 6 hour. Let's look at VRA. That's my baby. Which reminds me, I need to unstake. Well, not unstake, but I need to get my rewards and put it stake it. I always forget. Ooh, that looks nice. Plus the break of this. Wow, that looks nice. Come on, VRA, do something. Shoot. And we're looking at way over here. We're saying put your alert right here. The alert did go off. I would have gotten stopped out. Like if we were looking at this, I would have been stopped out. I would have entered the trade probably here. Would have come up, come down, worried me a little bit, come up, double top, a little bit worried. Here, the break of this level. You know, I was like, uh-oh. More than likely my stop loss would have been right here. So I would have lost about 15, 20%. Then it broke this level. I would have probably waited for it to break this level again. Just doing half and then the other half once it broke this level. And then, whew. So on this, you could say, very nice double bottom. And then, of course, this is our level that we needed to break. And it's breaking it right now. It is coming down on the 4-hour time frame. It might be doing this number again. So what I would do, get out of here, drawings. Get out of here. Let's go to the daily. Let's just look at this from a macro perspective. So macro perspective. Okay. So on the macro perspective, we do have our down, we have our up, we have our down, we have our up, we have our down, we have, and then that's all we got. And this, let's go ahead and put this to our daily. Make this a little thicker, just so everybody can see it. So this is what we're looking at. Now, as far as our internal and external structure, this right here is our external structure low. This is our external structure high. So this is saying that anything, it's fair game inside this. This is all internal structure. Here we do have a possible, SFP on the 4-hour, possibly. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Oh no. So on the 4-hour time frame, we do have, so let's just start from here, even though we need to do the whole leg, but this would be a low, just to save time. Just doing the external, and that's all I got. Can I do, nope, that's all I got. Get out of here. Okay. So here we do have a 4-hour SFP. Let's do 4-hour. Now this is just saying that because it's an SFP, this is saying that there's a pretty good chance that it might go up. There's a pretty good chance that the price action might go up. And in this particular case, it did. And the price that it should possibly go up to is roughly around this area, which is our 4-hour high. And sure enough, it went there. Okay, so that is what that's about. Now, if we look at this on the 1 hour, we have a break of structure here. So this is saying bullish, this is saying bearish. So in my opinion, just my opinion, I do believe that we are going to come down, and our down area that I'm looking at is going to roughly be right in this area. You know, we have, see here, we have a fair value gap. It's a tiny one down here. I'm sure we got some order blocks. Let's go and throw this on. So give this a few moments to load up. So yeah, we do have some fair value gaps on the 4-hour time frame. We do have some order blocks way down here. And let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Give it a few moments to load up. Okay, so just like everything, you know, what goes up has to come down. And here we have it going up. And it can go up for as long as it wants. But at some point, it has to come down. That's a rule. Like, it has to come down. Now, it can go up for 29 million days. But eventually, it will have to come down. So then that's what's going on here. You know, price is going up. Now it's coming down. I'm thinking it might come down here to this order block before potentially going up. Now, I personally would not enter this trade. I would like to see it come down here, but I don't, probably here before coming up. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't enter this trade until it breaks this 4-hour high. You know, just to keep it simple, I wouldn't enter this until it breaks this 4-hour high. Once it breaks this high, 4-hour candle must close above the same level. Nice and easy. So it must break above that level in order for you to enter the trade. Because what could happen if, let's just say if you entered right now, and it did come down, you're not worried about it. You have lower bids. Your lower bids hit, starts coming up, gets rejected, comes down, tries again, maybe does a wick, comes back down. And then now you're doing lower highs, lower lows, coming all the way down here to these order blocks. And now you're in this trade way longer than you want to be. So I would actually wait for this to break. This to break, or for it to come down here to the order blocks that are down here. Fair value gaps. Here's a fair value gap right here on the 4-hour time frame as well. This would be a nice area. So let's go ahead and just, I need to redo these again, because they need to be done. All right. So it would be really nice to see this coming down and for us catching it this time. I never look at VRA. I really don't. I should. But for us to catch it in this zone. This right here is a demand zone. So if the price action does come down here to this demand zone, me personally, no, I wouldn't, because I already have them. But I would think about buying them. But I already have them, so I'm not going to buy them. Let's see here. So this demand zone was actually tapped. So this demand zone was actually tapped a few times, 1, 2, and 3. Price came up. So this is kind of, since it's been touched, it's no longer as important. If it wasn't touched, it's very important. It's a very high area of interest. But since it's been touched a few times, it's like, might go down there, but don't really have to. I'll give you a heads up. All right, moving on. So in my opinion, I'd wait for the break of this. 4-hour candle has to close above this in order for me to be interested. But at the moment, I do see possibly it coming down before going up. Okay, moving on. Let's see here. Turbo USDT. Mixing. See, Joe, can we look at Turbo AI 240 million market cap? Woo, doggy. Look at that, taking off. We should look at Turbo a whole bunch. But I mean, this is pretty much the same with this double bottom area. You could even call this an Adam and Eve. I don't do patterns. All I see is this resistance level, and it broke through it. So that's what I see. Now you can also call this a break of structure if you want to get fancy with it. This is a break of structure on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we do have a break of structure in about 4 hours. Right now, it is premature to do what I'm doing. So don't do what I'm doing, guys. Don't do what I'm doing. But if we go to a 4-hour time frame, we can see that we have 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes. So this would be a 4-hour and also a daily break of structure. And we'll just call it a 4-hour since we're on the 4 hour. So more than likely this is going to happen. So let's go ahead and click on this. We'll do the 4-hour break of structure. Now, if it closes underneath this would be an SFP. This would be a swing failure pattern, or in simple terms, which I like to use, this would be showing selling pressure. So this is saying that more than likely it might come down to possibly this area. Do I think it'll come down? Well, actually, break of structure, so it'd be this. So that's saying that it could possibly come down to this area. Do I think it's going to come down way to this area? No, don't think so. I don't think it'll come down way down here. I'm pretty sure this is a really nice fair value gap that it might get to. So we do the low from candle 3, which would be the wick, to the high of candle 1, which would be the wick, and we label this 4-hour fair value gap. So the price action, if it does not close above this level, pretty good chance that it may come down before going up. Now, if it does close, we may see it go up, but just remember though, it has to come down. It has to pull back. So even if it does continue going up, more than likely it'll pull back, go up some more, pull back, and then what it's doing is leaving this area of interest behind, this liquidity behind, and more than likely the market makers are going to want to take it at some point, unless they can make money up top. With that being said, we're already running out of time. Let us look for an entry. Let us look for an entry. Man, I really do think it's going to come down here. Like, here's a nice level of just activity. For me, this is just a regular trade. What I would do is I would actually put 3 entries. I would put 1 entry here. Let's make this a blue. Remember, this is just a regular trade. This is not a leverage trade. I put 1 entry here, right around here. And then 1 entry, man, if the candle closes above this level, and we'll make this white, and we'll do this as well. If the 4-hour, good Lord, get out of here. If the 4-hour candle closes above this level, then I would enter the trade at that moment, put a lower bid here and a lower bid here. I do think eventually it will hit this within the next maybe 2 days, 3 at the max. If it doesn't, more than likely it's already gone up. You can just cancel these and add to your entry. But I do think that, well, let's see. Man, I'd have to wait 1 more 4-hour candle, to be honest. I'd have to wait 1 more 4-hour candle because it could come down. Now, could it go up and continue going up? Yes. But, I mean, it's not going up by much. What's the average? About 10, 15%. Now, I have to take into consideration tomorrow, not only that, but today, with Bitcoin doing its number, all these other coins doing their number. You know what? And again, I have to wrap my mind around not doing a leverage trade. You know, I'm always in a leverage trade, always in a leverage trade. So what I would do, 12%, what I would do, I'd enter. And it's okay if it drops. Matter of fact, I want it to drop. But just in case it takes off, I'm in it at least a little bit. So I would enter right now. And all the blues are your entries. And I have this nice and big so that you can see them. So let's do it a little bit darker. Good Lord. I can see that from outer space. So hopefully everybody can see those numbers. The blue are the actual entries. So I would enter right now just in case it takes off. A lower entry, I do think the lower ones will hit. So just kind of give you a heads up. Let's put this back to normal, or not as large. All right. Let's see here. What else? See here. Very nice. Very nice. What's up, Sam? Appreciate you, man, being here. Appreciate you. We're already wrapping up. Let's see here. Now, as far as targets, now for me personally, I would love to see, especially this one hits and this one, but since this one is a low market cap of 240 million, like I would need to set my stop loss down here. It's gonna be like 20%. Good Lord, man, dang it, man. Because this right here is a nice zone. This is a beautiful zone, but the only problem is the zone is 50, 60%. So I'm going to say something that I normally don't say on this channel. For this particular coin, it's either a home run or a strikeout. I don't think I've ever said that on this channel before. This one's either a home run or a strikeout. So what I mean by that is I would put money in here. I would put money in here, and I'd put money in here. I would not have a stop loss. Not on this one. Because I don't want to lose 20% at this level, 30% at this level, and 40% at this level. That's a lot of money. For me personally, now again, this is not financial advice. Do what you want to do. Do what your risk management, risk tolerance allows you to do. But for me personally, losing 40% of an entry, 30% of an entry, and 20% of an entry is just way too much. I would rather let this go to zero. So for me personally, could you wait for an entry? Yeah, sure, definitely. Could this absolutely blow up like it's done before? Yeah, of course. It just depends on your risk tolerance. Are you willing to ride the ride, or be on the sidelines and wait and see what happens? Like for me personally, as I mentioned before, I do think we have a very high possibility of it coming down before it potentially goes up. But nobody knows. It could go blast off from here. And due to our entry, at least we're getting some of the ride. But for me personally, you know, due to this range, the range being 60%, I'd have my entries here, no stop loss, and just ride it out. See what happens. Now that is very dangerous though, guys. That is very dangerous. Let's say it was $100. I am willing to lose that $100. Let's say you're not. Well, then what I would do is I'd have my entry here, have my stop loss. So all this is just different ways of thinking of things. Now, granted, we mentioned this is a very, very high risk. If you entered right here, we have a very high possibility of it coming down. Let's say we entered right here, and my stop loss, and would have to be about 20%. My stop loss would be about 18%. I don't like that at all. Not at all. Not one bit. My stop loss would be right here, right where this yellow's at. Now, I would still have this other one here. So I would do 50% now and 50% here. Now, this is all depending on your risk management. And that's why it's very important to understand, like the way I trade will be different from the way you trade. However, whenever I'm saying stuff, it's always on the safer thought process. The risk management is really, really high. And then there's sometimes where my risk management will be very low. But if I was going to, again, very high, just because of this pump. Now, it could come down here and just settle down here and then just take off again 30, 40, 50%. It just depends on your risk. It really does. If I was going to enter this, go 15-minute time frame. Just so we can see more ups and downs. I mean, you could, and this is the benefit of going to lower time frames. You could, if you wanted to, which I would not, because this is literally just throwing away your money. Reduce your risk by having a stop loss at around 4%. You have a very, very high possibility of getting stopped out. Very high. And on the lower time frame, you can see if possibly the price action breaks above your high, which is this. If it breaks above this and starts doing this number, well, now it can start giving you hope that, okay, we're making higher highs, higher lows. We're in an uptrend right now, and it'll go up until it comes down, but hopefully the low now will be here. And you can see that on a lower time frame versus looking at your higher time frame and seeing the candle go up and up and up, and then producing a wick and wick, wick, and then up, 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 and then wick, wick, wick. So it just kind of gets up. All right, moving on. Let's see here. But yeah, that's what I would do. This would be more of the safer one. But I mean, if you come all the way down here, I mean, what's for it to not to stop to come down here to the fair value gap? All right, that's my thought process. Let's see here. Muhammad says, don't you think enter at the 0.3 retrace? I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It is a possibility. And we've mentioned this where, depends on where you pull it too. Where would I pull it on this one? Jeez. We have a few areas. This could have been the start. This could have been the start. This could have been the start. I mean, the price action, in my opinion, is very ugly. It's a pump, dump, pump, kind of a dump, pump, continue pump, or start of the dump. Now let's do each one. Let's show each one because I want to show this. So let's go from here. This is the start of this one. And let's go ahead and do, let's do this one. And then let's fix this. I don't want any negatives. No negatives. Negatives, get out of here. And let's, so we're showing, don't want to extend the things to the right. And I think that's it. Okay. So for this first one, price, it pumped, it retraced past the golden pocket, middle of the 786 before going up. Okay, awesome. So that is that one, okay? Now, for this one, we had, let's extend this one out too. So for this one, we had to go beautifully to the 382. Beautifully to the 382. And this is what's going to happen more in the full-fledged bull run. You're going to see the price retrace only to about the 23% mark, or we can just say 25 just to be safe, and the 38 or 40% mark. Usually what's going to pull back to, and not so much the golden pocket, which is the 0.5 or 50% in the 618. So it's about 62%. So we're not going to see it pull back to the golden pocket very often. Normally it's going to go back around 25 to 40% before it continues to boom. And here's where it did exactly that. Now let's go ahead and use that same principle, and let's go from this low to this current high. And this is saying that possibly the pullback could be up to around this level before possibly going up. So that would be a very nice if that were to happen. Could that happen? Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and delete all this junk. Get out of here, mumbo jumbo. It just depends, you know, what the price action is going to do. Is it going to continue doing kind of this motion and go? Nobody knows. The only time we'll know is once several hours have passed, possibly even tomorrow, to where we can see, oh, look, I was right. We should have entered now because, look, we boomed. Or, oh, look, I was right because it retraced. Or, look, I was right. It came all the way down to the whatever. That's what other mentors will say. Me, I don't. I say, oh, we had several options that we gave out, and nobody knows what's going to happen until after the fact. And this level did happen to break, or this level did happen to give us support, because again, we don't know at the time. But as more data presents itself, then we can say, oh, this is what's happening, present tense, versus, oh, look, this is what happened, past tense. And then that's the bad part about all these mentors, is they show you what happened, past tense. Oh, look, we were overbought, and then this happened. Oh, look, we were double bottom, and then this happened. But when you're in the moment, it could flip. It could go the opposite way. And you'll realize that the more and more you do it. And the less brainwashed you are. Because there's a lot of people that are brainwashed with like, we have an inverse head and shoulders, and it's a measured move, and it didn't do it. But that's because the pattern was invalid, or the pattern got invalidated. Oh, look, another inverse head and shoulders, and here's the measured move. And oh, this pattern was invalidated too. Didn't work out. Oh, look, we have an inverse head and shoulders. 10 more times that happens. And then finally, inverse head and shoulders, measured move. And it got it, guys. It got the measured move. This is what I'm talking about. The inverse head and shoulders is the one you want. Really? Really? You just, granted, they won't show us the 10 fails and then the one successful one. They'll show us the one successful one. So, always DYOR. Do your own research. Big time looking good. Yeah, big time. I was in big time as a short. And then I said, nope, I'm getting out. That's one of the ones that I said, I'm getting out, guys. So big time is some XC. And I was in the shorts, I think here, because it started coming down. I didn't like how it was looking. I was, all right, I'm getting out. And I got out. And then good too, because man, it pumped. Let's look at the daily time frame. We're looking at it way over here. But let's go ahead and get rid of all this junk. All of this junkaroonie. We do have a daily, a break of structure. So this is just saying that potentially it should go up. However, due to the price of the up, we expect it to come down. Now, it doesn't have to come down right away, but it could continue coming up and then come down. But the main thing is to produce a higher low. So what we're expecting, what we would like to see, if the price does come up, and we're looking over here, of course, if the price does come up, maybe to around, let's say here, to come down, and it could, as long as it stays in this area, we're good. We're still bullish. Let's say it comes down to around here. Maybe a little bit lower, dang it, to get this. Maybe a little bit lower to get this fair value gap around that area. Then, possibly, come up, break above this high, because that's what we're trying to break the highs and do this. This is what we would like to see. Now, if that happens, well, the only time will tell. But I do like it. I would like to see it retrace more. But due to tomorrow being the rate cuts, it just depends if we're going to get this. Man, and we're way over time. Before we're going to cut the show like 30 minutes early. Now we're way over time. Let's see here. Can we enter this trade? Can we enter this trade? So right now I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame. Okay, we pretty much have a zone And our zone, let's make this a little bit larger so we can see. So our zone that we have is from this top to this. Is that my zone? Yeah. So I like this zone right here because it covers this too. So right now we're in a zone. There's too many ups and downs. I don't like all these ups and downs. I just want to see like a bigger picture. Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. We're going to finish this up already, like 5 more minutes, less than that. So me personally, I would need this. 12%, dang it. Man, I really need the price action to close above this in order for me to think about entering. Go to 4-hour time frame. We did a lower high, which is not good. However, we're doing a higher low, which is good. We have nice buying pressure, nice selling pressure. We do have divergence on the histogram. Low, lower low, low, higher low. Divergence is possibly starting to play out. I would need my stop loss underneath here, but this is too much for my stop loss. Oh, okay. And listen to me, this is kind of a tough one. So what I would do, I'd enter 50% right now. Again, not financial advice. I would enter 50% right now for a long. No leverage, just regular spot trade. 50% right now. And the other 50%, I would have to wait for it to break this level. And 4-hour candle must close above this level. 0.1375. 4-hour candle must close above this level. And then I can add to my entry. And then, of course, when it does that, I can move up my stop loss. But right now, my stop loss would have to be underneath this, which is roughly... Thanks, Magnet Tool. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for being a jerk. It would have to be around here. Let's see here. Road Dog says, a slung until it hurts. Slung until it hurts. Yes, definitely. See here. Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to take you go long. To make you go long. Oh, no. No, I love doing this. I'd rather do this than go outside and do the yard. I don't want to do the yard. So we can do this for like 8 more hours, guys. That'd be great. No, I got to do the yard. Granted, even though I already paid my neighbor to do it, it is what it is. Muhammad says, any 3 coins you have highly bet for this cycle? Would love to know. Not really. Everybody's on Caspa. Everybody loves Caspa. I don't have any Caspa. That's a great question. Let's go ahead and look. I don't like, for me, I don't have not one particular one that I'm like, and I know I should, but I don't. So for categories, let's look at, well, you know what? Let's just do it like this. Let's just do it cryptocurrencies ranking. So if I could only pick 3, and we just did this a couple of weeks ago and it was 5. But if, and I already forgot what they were, but if I could only pick 3, I mean, there's so many that I like. I think Link's gonna do good. I think Caspa's gonna do good. Everybody's saying it has great fundamentals. They're doing a lot of things. Blah blah blah. this week, if I was to pick 3, it might be Caspa. I don't know. I mean, I like FETs, huge market caps though, but you know, it has to do with AI. I don't know if I'd pick it though. Let's see, Render. I like Render, but I don't know if I'd pick it. I think I want to go more with kind of lower market caps so they could potentially make more money. Let's see here. I don't think I'll do any meme coins. Let's see here. HNT I don't like. It already had its run up. If I can only pick 3 coins today, what would those 3 coins be? Joe, you're flipping and a flopping. Hey, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that. So right now we're going to the lower market cap coins. Okay. So now I got to get focused. Got to get focused. Man, I had some high hopes for Sand, but I don't know anymore. As more time goes. Same thing with Decentraland. Let's see here. I'm getting to the nitty gritty. Today, I want to pick Cake because Cake is a DEX. You can farm on it, you can stake on it. Right now it's under $2. It's under $1.75 really. I think it'll go up to possibly its high-ish area of about $15, possibly. Nobody knows, but at least in my opinion, $3 to $5. So I do like Cake. And again, these are higher risk plays. I do like Cake, it going to $3, possibly $5 minimum, with the expectation of going to possibly $15. This was one of my moon coins last season. Went from $3 to $15. I sold. It was great. It was amazing. What's up, Sin? What's up? Appreciate you. Flipping and a flopping. Yes. Yes. Or what traders do best. Yeah, and you have to just adjust. And it depends on your mindset at the time too. Depends, you know, if you're riskier, if you're not risky, you know, everything else. So that would be pick number 1 for me today. And again, this is more of a higher risk type play. I do love, man, see, but now my bias is coming into play. Live peer token. This is DPEN. I don't know if they're labeled DPEN or not, but what they do is they actually use your GPU to kind of like crowdsource. So they have big industries that need GPU power, and LivePeer basically gets little bits and pieces of everybody's GPU that's on the system, and it helps. So I do love LivePeer. Granted, this was another moon coin that I had, and I think $12 is a steal. Granted, last season I bought it for $7, but right now under 15 in my opinion is a steal. Do I think it'll go up to 50, possibly 75? There's a chance. However, just know that there are new projects like this coming up every single day, or give or take. So don't get your hopes up on only this one, because there could be a newer program that comes out 6 months from now that is exactly like LivePeer, but maybe they're going to get partnered with Sony. Maybe they're going to have backers from big, you know, Binance or from somebody. They will absolutely annihilate LivePeer. So that's one thing to recognize too. So when I put LivePeer, I'm going to have to, I mean, I love the market cap. I love the fact that it could go to, you know, $50, probably 75. We'll see. See, IOS, I don't like it. On one of my computers, I'm still have a node. This was one of the easiest nodes to set up. It's a exe file. So basically you download the program, you run the program, and then it installs on your computer. And but I don't even have the computer on me anymore. It's one of my backup computers. Let's see here. I need one more coin. Oh, yes. So the last one I picked, the last time I picked Jupiter, and I don't think I picked Radium. These are the top 2 dexes on Solana. I think Solana will continue to do well. Everybody loves Jupiter for the ease and everything else. It's very well known. And Jupiter is a much higher market cap, I think 1 billion. Radium, which is the top 2 on Solana, is only 387 million. So, will I pick Radium for my third one? Possible. 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 Going down the list. Now I'm going to go to another page. Going down the list. I'm surprised 1 inch is so low in market cap. Going down the list. Going down the list. Going down the list. And do I see anything else? And there's a lot of not dinosaurs, but older projects. And their market caps are trash. Wow, Qdom, 238 million. Are you serious? Lux is a big time dinosaur, 209 million. Rocket Pool did good, pretty good last season, but okay, I'm gonna have to go with number 3. I forgot what it was already. Number 3 is going to be Radium. It's a lower market cap. It's the number 2 in the top dexes for Solana. Jupiter is number 1. So those are my calls. And if somebody can put that in the chat, my 3 calls in order. So Radium is number 3. What were the Live Peer number 2? And then number 1 was whatever number 1 was. Forgot what number 1 was. If y'all can put that in the chat, that would be great. Oh yeah, and then in addition to that, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if you're still in here. I don't even know if anyone's in here. Don't know. But those are my 3 that I would do right now. Granted, higher risk plays. I gave out a safer play last time when somebody asked me. And it just all depends on what it is. Just all depends on what it is. I forgot what my number 1 was. I think y'all did too. What was my number 1? I'm getting close to it. I know I was talking about Caspa, Bets. I don't know. And I don't listen to myself, and obviously y'all don't listen to me either, so I don't know what the first one was. All right. It's funny too, because I'll be talking and talking and talking, and I'll lose my train of thought. It's like, man, what was I talking about? I was like, man, I don't even listen to myself, so I don't even know. FET, CAS, Live Peer, Radium. So between FET and CAS, I'm gonna have to follow the herd, and I'll go with Caspa. Thank you, Mohammed. Mohammed, you are my favorite. Mohammed's my favorite. Nobody get jealous. So I'm gonna have to go with CAS, then Live Peer token, and then Radium. See here. Go top picks. I don't know if I'm spelling this right because I can't even see it. So top picks for today. And this is long-term picks. And this is high higher risk plays, higher risk. I have to make sure that's important. Higher risk holds. Okay. See, do you stream regularly, sir? Yes, sir, I sure do. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So basically an hour and a half ago is when I first started streaming. And we do this every day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do it for an hour. And what I do is I go over coins, I go over Bitcoin, I go over setups, I go over thought process. Basically, it's 1 hour of free mentorship. 1 full hour of free mentorship. Sometimes we run a little over. I don't like doing it, but I tend to, whenever I do go out a little bit over, we tend to get new people. So maybe that's what I gotta start doing. All right. So live peer radium. Okay, awesome. So these were the 3 call outs for today. Now, granted, my live stream comments don't show up for whatever reason on the replay. So that's why I'm showing this. And then we have this right here. So these are my terms. But yeah, guys, so that's it for me. I do thank you guys very much. Welcome, Muhammad. Make sure to like, subscribe, make sure the notification bell's on, etc., etc. If for whatever reason I am unable to come on live, what I'll do is I'll post it on Twitter. Say my computer's messing up, or I'm getting a team meeting or whatever it is. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll do one later on that day. But in general, it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do this for an hour, and then after that, we close it out. All right, guys, I do thank you so much. My name is Joe. This is Trade Intuition. Remember, you don't always have to be in a trade. Always have a stop loss, because stop losses will save your butts. In addition to that, if the market's not great and it's really choppy, well, I just want to hang out, just kind of watch, see what happens. You can't lose money if you're not in a trade. But by the same token, you can't win money if you're not in a trade as well. Always look at what Bitcoin's doing. Make sure to tune in daily. We'll see you next time. And as always, let's make this money. Take care, guys. Oh, yeah, my favorite song. My favorite song is coming in.
Yo, trade intuition, flipping charts, mad precision. We on the grind, no sleep, endless mission. Crypto waves, no tide, just decisions. Ride or die with the block's ambition. Let's make this money, profits rain like monsoon. Bull or bear, we adapt, typhoon. While it's packed, no room, full bloom. Path to riches, straight shot, no detour too soon. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it. Trade intuition, candlestick intuition. Charts wilder than Wild West ambition. We got the drive, mad clicks, no permission.
And now it's time I go outside and get stung by a bunch of bees. Or no, they're not bees, they're wasps. They're very aggressive wasps. So if I show up tomorrow with a bunch of like band-aids on my face, that's why. All right, guys, take care. See you tomorrow.